Good morning, Arizona may be over, but the news, of course, does not stop here on Arizona's Family Plus. Tess and Gibby joining you this morning. Thanks for being with us as it is a historic day in Arizona. Things look a little different here at Footprint Center.
Well, yeah, we're hanging out at the new FanDuel. You remember Governor Ducey signed into law the sports betting back in April. We've talked about it enough. Now we actually get to show them what it really looks like.
Exactly, and we're here where you can actually be watching some of the games after you've maybe placed a bet. But as we mentioned, this is just one of the sportsbook, the first one actually to officially open up, and they have partnered here, FanDuel, with the Suns. Let's tell you about some of the other partnerships with the major sporting franchises in our state. We're talking about BET MGM, or BetMGM I should say, and the Arizona Cardinals, as well as Caesar Sportsbook and the Arizona Diamondbacks, which now have 5 windows. They're temporarily open so that they can take your bets until they open up the official sportsbook, which will hopefully happen at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you remember our Suns gave us an unbelievable run this past year, and this upcoming season you can actually turn that Suns in 4 test into an actual bet. But who better to talk about it than our friends here at FanDuel, who I got to tell you that when you think about everything that you do here, all the betting that gets coming live, the best part is you can actually either go to a kiosk or you can walk right up to the machine. And right where Jeff is over here, Jeff Lolich, who is with us, who is part of FanDuel. And look at this. This was a dream of his, Tess, and now you can really make it happen. Jeff, this is really here now. We're here, we're there. This is, people are coming up to a kiosk or coming up to a live person and placing bets.
Absolutely, and that's why we're so excited to be a part of this historic day in Arizona. The first day of legalized sports betting in the state. And, as a customer, you can come in, you can sit in one of our lounge chairs, enjoy the games on TV, make bets at one of our 26 self-service terminals, or come up to one of our 5 operated windows and make your wagers there.
And, I maybe have been to a few sports books here and there in Vegas, and that's sort of what it reminds me of. You've got all the TVs, you've got even a little bar. Everything is here for, say, someone who's maybe never placed a bet to someone who is the professional, who maybe this is their deal and they love it.
Absolutely, and that's what we look for at FanDuel, is trying to provide a great experience for all different types of sports bettors. Whether you're the type of player that wants to come in and make your bets and get home quickly, you can come in and do that at one of our kiosks. You can come in and enjoy the full sportsbook experience, food, drink, bets, hang out with your friends, watch the games, bet the games as they're going on, which is called live betting. We have that here too. So it's something we try to offer for every single type of sports customer out there.
So folks don't have to be driving across the border anymore to get that experience. You guys are not open, though, 24 hours like a Vegas casino sportsbook.
That's right. So we don't stay open 24 hours a day, but we are open 7 to midnight on weekends and generally around 9 to midnight on weekdays.
When you thought about all this, when you thought of everything put in, now that it's here, is there something you would do different, or is this exactly working the way you kind of envisioned it?
This is exactly what we pictured when we first walked into this. It used to be a sports bar. We first walked in. This is exactly what we pictured it looking like, and we couldn't be more thrilled with the way that it turned out. And so far, the customers that we've spoken with really enjoy the experience.
Do folks have to have an account set up online? Do they have to have the mobile app? What do you need to know for those who are interested in maybe giving this a try?
Sure. So all you have to do is come on down to the sportsbook, make sure you have a valid government-issued ID with you so that we can make sure you're of age for wagering. And from there, just bring some cash with you, and you can make wagers at either the kiosks or at the windows.
Yeah, Tess, this is unbelievable. Like I said, folks who come around here, now that Suns in 4 that we were talking about, now you can actually do an actual bet down here. Not to mention the possibilities are endless. Like, how many yards will Kyler Murray have over the weekend? If you were a beginner or a veteran gambler, this is really in your backyard, and I think you guys spared no expense when you have the seats. I feel like I'm in Vegas.
And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a great feel for all of our types of customers that we have. And as you mentioned, we've got loads of prop bets. We have tons of markets. hundreds and thousands of markets per day on live betting, prop bets, and there's something for everybody here.
My head is spinning just trying to figure out what's what and looking at all the boards and all the TVs. There is a lot going on. So, Jeff, thank you so much. FanDuel, again, now opened their sportsbook here at the Footprint Center. We appreciate your time, Jeff. Well, we're not done yet because we know while people are excited about sports betting being legal in Arizona, recovering gamblers want people to know there is also a dark side and to be careful.
Yeah, but there are resources out there to help. Kylie spoke with one former gambler who says he's managed to turn his life around.
When I first started, it was fun.
Steve Feinberg got hooked at 15.
I was an active, compulsive gambler for the better part of 20 years.
He started playing cards, but things escalated fast.
It seemed innocuous at the start, but pretty soon, it seems hopeless.
The losses added up quickly, well into the six figures. The massive debt wasn't Feinberg's only problem.
What I didn't really consider was that I lost myself. All those values that I'd learned as a kid, they kind of went by the wayside because all I cared about was finding a way to make that next bet.
He'd bet on any sport or game. It consumed his life. In the process, he alienated family, friends, and coworkers.
I was scared. I really was. I felt so isolated. I felt so alone. I felt as though my life was out of control.
Feinberg knows many people can gamble responsibly.
But if you can't stop, if you're chasing the loss, then chances are you have a problem.
For those addicted to sports gambling, seeing ads like this plastered all over social media can certainly be a trigger. But there is help out there in a variety of different ways.
With sports wagering, things are just going to get bigger.
Elise Mickelson heads up Arizona's division of problem gambling.
We've had programs in place for a long time for gamblers.
Mickelson wants people to know about the resources available, including subsidized counseling for gambling addicts.
Most people that find their way to treatment are experiencing great financial difficulties. We want to make sure everyone knows that they can still receive our services.
There's also a 24-hour helpline, plus this unique option.
A person can ban themselves from participating in sports wagering and fantasy sports. They sign up on our list for 1, 5, or 10 years, and that prohibits them from participating.
Okay,
Feinberg found help decades ago with Gamblers Anonymous.
They're both a year old.
Years later, he ended up hitting the jackpot, just not the way he expected.
I'm living an amazing life. I'm 69 years old. I've had a great career, great family. I have everything I could possibly want. And when I was gambling, I kept dreaming about these things that I wanted, and I got none of them.
Now, if you are a problem gambler, know that you're not alone. There are many resources out there, and we have a list of resources. Just go to azfamily.com, because while this is exciting to have sports betting now live and legal here in Arizona, of course, we want people to be responsible, and that's the important thing.
Here's the reason why this date is significant, right? Today is the day. The NFL will get kicked off today. The Cowboys are taking on the Buccaneers. Tom Brady, everybody knows all the championships he has. He is starting his 22nd season mark. And I have to tell you, what do we got here?
Well, we're at the bar. We're waiting in line here. I mean, it's.
What are the odds that we'll get something before the show's over?
I would say highly likely. Yeah, let's do it.
We are still working, people. We are still working.
I'm going to have to, hold off.
The kickoff of this season means a lot, right? Because I think the beginning of the year, every team has hopes of making it to the ship.
Right.
Where do our Cardinals stand?
Well, okay, so we talk about that hope. Here's actually the proof right here. FanDuel here has the Arizona Cardinals at 600 odds of winning the NFC West. They like the Niners, they like then the Rams and the Seahawks. I was kind of surprised by that. Actually, I thought they might like them a little more. And if you look at the NFC champions right here, the Cardinals are here at 2,100 to 1. But as you go down, here's kind of some other teams that with the odds here for the Cardinals. I don't think that, I guess we used to always say Vegas. Vegas is here now. Like,
yeah,
we
absolutely.
are Las Vegas.
So you're saying there's a chance. Right. And when you tell me there's a chance, that means you get more money, don't you, if you bet on them now
Right,
and they surprise everybody?
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to surprise everybody. I've been out there at training camp drinking the Kool-Aid for a month, so I'm probably not the best guy to ask because you see them playing against the Cardinals. I think they have a lot of talent this year. If things go well, if J.J. Watt pops, if Chandler Jones returns to form, if Kyler Murray can take the next step, if the offensive line can protect him, you look at DeAndre Hopkins and A.J. Green, they could be a dynamic offense. I think these odds are from the last 2 games last year where the Cardinals lost to backup quarterbacks in those last 2 games when they could have punched their ticket to the playoffs.
And their game kicks off on Sunday at 10 o'clock. How are you feeling about Sunday?
Sunday. Well, I think I might just stay the night down here. I don't know if they have cots. I mean, we have this. We have, Caesars over at
We'll
Chase
have to
Field.
check with April first if that's okay, because I think
She says no.
Right, okay.
She mentioned there was stuff at home you needed to do. But
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
here it is. It is here now. We talked about it, Tess. The sports books are open.
They sure are. So there you go, guys. A peek behind what you can expect now that gambling is legal here in the state of Arizona. So thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great day. Best way to say it.